Hello, welcome to Viking Views. I'm Aki Nagasaka. Most of the students attending Missouri Valley College receive some kind of federal financial aid. In order to participate in these financial aid programs, MVC is accredited by the Higher Learning Commission of the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools for 10 years. If the school is not accredited, students are not able to use financial aid, transfer their credits, and be assured of the quality of higher education. To renew this accreditation for the next 10 years, some of the members HLC visit MVC campus from November 4th to 6th to evaluate all of the college's operations. MVC welcomed 5 members of the HLC for this accreditation process. They had many meetings with not only faculty and staff, but also students to see and talk about this college from a variety of aspects.
I think it was very beneficial just because you get to see, you're involved in someone higher up coming to the school. They're not just meeting with the president or the admissions or business office. They're meeting with students and getting their take on it.
I think it was not only beneficial, but it was necessary. I don't think you can run a school and not listen to your students, and I don't think you can properly evaluate a school without talking to its students.
To show them that the college is pursuing its mission and goals, there is a self-study report which comprises all information and evidence gathered from every single department.
I guess we learned how to present ourselves to people who are not already familiar with the operations here at the college. So we have been working on the report and preparing for the visit basically in the last 2 years or so, but the effort is ongoing. It never stops. We're in a continuous state of improvement.
You're really not preparing for the visit. You're preparing your school to do the best job it can do in all of the areas that you operate. And the accreditation visit just comes and looks at what you've done.
Even though the preparation for an HLC visit is continuous, there was a big opportunity for current students to join in this important process in direct collaboration with college administration.
It's very important to be there, to voice your opinion. So if you want something changed, that's the perfect time to do it, to bring it to a higher up person.
We need stronger programs. For example, I was taking my MCAT, a practice test, and I'm supposed to be able to apply it, but I feel like, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. That is really bad. We need a stronger program.
As we went through that process in these committees, they would bring things forward, causing discussion across the campus, A lot of learning that took place, looking at, our strengths, and then, we did realize that we have some things that we can improve on.
The result of this visit will be announced during this spring. The MVC self-study report is open to everyone on the main page of the moval.edu. The Missouri Valley Vikings cross-country team hosted the conference championship for the first time this past weekend. The Vikings aim to defend their home turf and earn a berth in the national championship race. The Vikings wanted to defend their home turf and take home a Heart of America Conference cross-country championship for the first time in 27 years. With the course being one of the hardest ones yet, the Vikings had their work cut out for them. The men's team had a tough task ahead of it, with the nationally ranked Central Methodist University Eagles in the starting box next to it. The team was positioned to be in contention when the race was over. The Vikings put 4 runners inside the top 10. They were paced by Philip Chariot, who finished in second. Rounding out the scoring for the Vikings was Spencer Head, who took 6th. Nolan Ryan and Ignacio Franco finished back-to-back at 8th and 9th. Finally, Ken Kipierich finished in 12th. This gave Valley a team score of 37 and a 10-point win over CMU. On the women's side, the lone medalist for the Lady Vikings was Amanda Barr. Not only did the men's team win their first title since 1986, but coach Nathan Christensen won HAAC Men's Cross Country Coach of this year. The men's team will head to Lawrence, Kansas, November 23rd to compete in the NAIA National Championship. The men's soccer team begins postseason with a win. Viking Views' Tyron Ritter reports it's just the beginning to what the Vikings hope will be a long playoff run.
After a 4-1 win, in which the number 16 ranked Vikings never trailed in the match, the men's soccer team has reason to feel good about its position in the national playoff picture.
I think we'd be high enough in the MRPI ranking, so we should be fine. But I think we might get an away game.
Senior goalkeeper Josh Wells helped the Vikings bounce Graceland University from the conference tournament for the 2nd consecutive season. The Vikings haven't lost to the Yellow Jackets in the last 8 matches the teams have played. Alberto Gomez was instrumental in the Vikings' latest victory over the Yellow Jackets. He scored 2 goals in the match, including the first 2 goals for the Vikings.
So hungry of beat these guys, and we finally did it. So glad that I could make those 2 goals to help the team get this victory.
The win puts the Vikings into the semifinals of the conference tournament. Tyrone Ritter, Viking Views.
The Vikings play on the road against Mid-America Nazarene Tuesday, November 12th. The men's basketball team made head coach Chad Lance the winningest coach in MVC history in its season opener. Viking Views Phil Fowler reports in the second game of the year. Good shot selection and some big plays by Brad Hamilton helped Valley continue its winning streak.
Good defense and points off transition were big in MVC's victory against Williamswood University. In the opening minutes, junior Brad Hamilton made his presence known from long range after knocking down a few early three-pointers. Hamilton accounted for 3 of the first 4 buckets the team had, giving the Vikings an early 1-point lead. Valley dominated the paint with and without the ball, which gave the Vikings high percentage shots and either led the team to an extra possession or a pair of free throws. Head coach Chad Lance said that this year's team is focused on scoring outside of just playing good offense.
Every possession, you just can't grind it out on the offensive end. You've got to be able to create some easy scoring opportunities for you. And those hustle points, whether they're getting hands on loose balls and offensive rebounds, really help you in that area.
On offense, Valley managed to score inside and out thanks to some good ball movement and offensive rebounds. The Vikings finished with 36 points in the paint, giving them a 12-point advantage from inside. Despite William Wood shooting both a better field goal and three-point percentage, MVC made up for it with 20 offensive boards compared to 13 by their opponent. Valley was able to outshoot their opponent by nearly 20 shots after some good hustle and extra possessions on offense. Hamilton led all scorers with 25 points and shot 6 for 13 from long range. Head coach Chan Lance talked about Hamilton's ability to shoot from anywhere on the court.
He's one of those kids that's got unlimited range. He can really stretch the defense, so you really got to be able to honor him.
MVC led by as many as 17 points in the first half, but the Vikings found itself back in a close game after William Woods came out firing from deep, cutting the lead to just a few points. The Vikings rallied together with the coach's confidence behind them. Lance said that he was impressed with his team's ability to keep fighting throughout the half.
Well, you know, the hats off to our guys. That was solely them out there on the floor. I've told a lot of people this year our team has tons of character, and you know, we've had teams in the past that may have gotten frustrated with how things were going or with themselves, and I was really proud of our group that we was able to persevere and stay together. And
the game stayed close for the remainder of the half, but Valley started to pull away after a big play by junior Andre Scott, who finished a good drive towards the rim after getting the foul. Hamilton closed the door for any comeback attempt after making a big-time three with less than 2 minutes on the clock. Valley finished strong on both sides of the court, giving William Woods its first loss of the year. This is Phil Fowler reporting with Viking Views.
The men's basketball team will play its next games on the 12th and 16th. Check out moveout.edu for more information. Women's volleyball played conference leader and number 8 ranked Mid-America Nazarene University Tuesday, November 5th at Barnes Gymnasium. Mid-America took control of the first set and won 25-20. The second set, the Vikings came back and outlasted the Pioneers 25-21. In set 3, the Pioneers kept MVC at a distance, winning the set 25-19. In set 4, MVC came back and won 28-18, giving the Pioneers just their 6th straight game of this season, meaning they would play their second 5th game of the conference season. Mid-America was able to overcome the Vikings and won set 5, 15-13, to win the match. The loss dropped MVC to 23-6 overall and 4-5 in conference play. The women's volleyball team ended their regular season sweeping AIB. The volleyball team also honored its 7 seniors at their last home game. Senior Taylor Frederickson, Anna Carlito, Jada Hollinshead, Claire Lawrence, Courtney Morris, Tara Sweet, and Diane De La Sala were showered with gifts and hugs. The Vikings finished the season with 24-7 record. This has been the best season for the women's volleyball team since 1994. Raising money by all you can eat is what the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity planned for MVC student Greg Jackson. Janelle Garcia has more.
MVC Teak Fraternity held a pancake breakfast at Hustlers on Sunday, November 10th, $5 all you can eat. 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Marshall community and MVC students were there in honor for Greg Jackson, who took the semester off to have open heart surgery to fix a heart defect.
I was diagnosed with 3 separate defects. The first one was a mitral cleft tear in my top left chamber. The second one was a VSD repair from a previous surgery I had when I was 5 months old. And then the most severe one was a muscular defect called right outtract flow. My muscles were growing in the incorrectly and causing a lack in blood flow, which would have led to heart failure.
The Teague fraternity worked together to help their Teague brother, Greg, to raise money.
All the proceeds goes towards my family's financial expenses and bills from the hospital. All the food was donated through the work they did and getting this community involved and helping me out, so very grateful for that. You know, I look at things differently. I'm a lot more appreciative. I'll heal and I'll recover, but you know, I'll remember that week and that month for the rest of my life, and I think I'll be a better person in a sort of way.
I am Janelle Garcia, Viking Views.
Humor isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think of cyberbullying or the consequences of sexting. Viking Views' Catherine Forrest reports how CL Lindsay utilizes humor throughout his presentations to turn dry and depressing topics into comical personal stories.
CL Lindsay is known for giving humorous presentations. He has a unique way of presenting the dumb things students do on the internet and turning them into a comical presentation.
Absolutely 100% about the humor. It could be an incredibly dry topic without humor. Anything is, but if you want to keep people engaged, you have to use humor. So I try to make it as funny as possible, and I try to include as many sort of stories as possible, because narratives are better than just facts, for sure.
Audience chuckles reassure that Lindsay is keeping the audience engaged while presenting an important topic.
There's a lot of doom and gloom. I hate to I feel like I have to go way beyond the pale, so it's always the worst possible scenario that I have to teach students, so they can come away with the full effect. And I sort of feel bad because people are always dying or the worst possible thing is happening. I'm actually a big fan of internet and social media and all that stuff, but they have to know about the really, really bad things that can happen to them.
Lindsay wants the students to walk away with a simple slogan.
There's one thing, it would be that sort of slogan: if you wouldn't do it offline, don't do it online. 99% of the time that will keep people out of trouble, and it's just so simple, but we do all sorts of stuff and engage in all sorts of behaviors we would never do in the real world, and people just do it like that when they go online.
The goal for Lindsay is to give a simple yet effective presentation.
Basically, teach students how not to be stupid in all sorts of different scenarios. And tonight I did the don't be stupid online. I do a don't be stupid when you're throwing a party. Don't be stupid in interpersonal relationships. But it's basically don't be dumb. Here's the dumb ways people get in trouble, and here's how to avoid them.
Lindsay finished the night with laughs from everyone that attended and hopes students remember, don't be dumb. Catherine Flores, Viking Views.
CL Lindsay's humor and way of presenting serious topics has contributed to him being nominated for multiple awards, one being a 2013 nominee for Best Speaker. Missouri Valley College's version of American Idol came to a close with a bang last week. Valley Idol's final round of competition featured NBC's 6 finest singers. Each got a chance to perform 2 songs in front of a crowd whose votes would determine a winner. Viking Views' Brent Kawai has the story.
MVC freshman Emmanuel Machina captured the 2013 Valley Idol crown after 2 electrifying performances on the Eccleston Mabee Theater stage. Machina's performances included a song he wrote himself called Fighting for Your Love. His dynamic musical skills and stage presence brought the MVC crowd to their feet.
Back in Zimbabwe before I came here, I used to perform in restaurants for people, and get paid for it. So I've gotten used to playing in front of people, so I sort of get into a zone where I don't even look at the audience, but I make them feel what I'm doing.
Machina began his musical career playing the drums when he was 7. Although he's been around music for a large portion of his life, Machina won Valley Idol with only a brief amount of singing experience.
When I was 15, there was an opening we were in a youth group, and the youth group had to lead a service of some sort, like a church. So they wanted singers. I didn't know I could sing at the time. I just thought maybe, I can keep a note, like most people. So I auditioned, and I barely got in, but I got a song that I had to lead for the service.
Along with his passion for music, Machina focuses on his education at MVC as a way to create multiple career options for his future.
I know all my weaknesses, and I have a lot of weaknesses that I need to work on, you know, and I compare myself to the best in the world, so I have a long way to get there, and at the same time I also have, you know, something to fall back on in education.
From his hometown of Zimbabwe to Missouri Valley College, Emmanuel Machina is letting his voice be heard. He is Valley Idol 2013. This is Brent Kalwai for Viking Views.
The annual celebration of Christmas show will be the next event to be held at Eccleston Maybe Theatre. The event is set to take place November 20th through 22nd. That's Viking Views for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aki Nagasaka.